Reporting live from Hypers Club in Atlanta, Fight Plus News, I'm John Abba. Last week, Nick Cannon would end up angering many viewers when he would share some of his political views on his show Big Drive with then guest Amber Rose. With Rose, whose fame comes from being an ex-girlfriend of Kanye West and now being a very vocal MAGA supporter as his guest, Cannon would end up sharing where he aligns with Rose's views. In particular, he would go on to express that the Democrats started the KKK, the Republicans freed the slaves, and would even express how he liked how Trump's handling immigration.
Part of the Republican Party?
That's right. Former Democrat, former liberal. Democrats don't care about black people.
Okay,
and they don't care about people. They don't care about people of color. Republicans do, and that's the misconception.
And you know what? I agree with you 100%.
Thank you,
people
Nick.
don't know that the Democrats is the party of the KKK. He's like the club. You charging a $5 million bottle service fee to get into the country.
I know. Listen.
Trump.
Now, the news would get so loud that people like D.L. Hughley, Roland Martin, The Breakfast Club would all go on to give their take on the matter. But when it came to Cannon's actual response, it appeared that he would decide to remain silent by sticking to his usual social media content online. However, on Sunday, it now looks that Cannon is very much aware of the backlash, as he would respond to a podcast clip on Instagram featuring a group of young men in Chicago called The Jam Podcast. Now, in their clip, the young men would all take turns expressing how wrong Cannon was for his comments with a history lesson, as they would proceed to say that Cannon chooses to be ignorant despite being a multimillionaire who should not have any issue with acquiring the right information.
Yep.
People don't know that the Republicans are the party that freed the slaves.
Okay. I'm gonna put my
history lesson of
talk to us.
Welcome to the history lesson.
Welcome to a history lesson of hell.
We're gonna start at level 1.
Level 1, AB. Take us through it, bro.
The Democratic Party was founded in 1828. The Republican Party dates back to 1854.
So that means the Democratic Party started before the Republican Party.
The strategy the Republicans at the time were doing was helping when the economy was good. When the economy went to it didn't work no more.
It was not working.
And the president, I believe, at the time was Herbert Hoover.
Yeah.
He said, you know what? We're not finna do no shit about this damn depression gang.
We not about to uplift the people.
We not
We
about
about
to
to bail y'all
uplift-
out. And FDR is a nigga from New York, and he's wealthy. And his entire political model during this time was the Republicans just folded. They didn't want to bail out the people. They didn't want to support them during this Great Depression. Let me create a bunch of federal programs to make sure get lifted out of poverty, because everyone's going into poverty right now.
That party, JJ?
He was a Democrat.
Oh.
And he got elected 4 times after that.
And the Republicans did not with him.
No, they didn't.
The ones that saved the black people.
Yeah.
They did not.
freed the slaves, Nick Cannon.
They didn't with that
No.
at all.
They didn't want to bring out niggas out of poverty.
So that's where you see the switch and shit happen.
So you have one party who, after Reconstruction, said this civil rights shit ain't really that much more important. Let's compromise and let's stop doing Reconstruction. Then you have another party that said, well, there's a lot of votes we could pick up if we do these job programs, and don't have money right now, so let's just do these programs. Now, as a black person in the 40s, you got Party of Lincoln that hasn't cared about niggas and traded it for business interests 30 years ago.
Since the emancipation.
And the new on the Democratic Party, who, yeah, there might be a lot of race people over there, but these the only niggas talking about like civil rights now, and as Americans we gotta have money in our pocket and we gotta uplift people. And sure, FDR was still racist,
Yeah.
but that's why black people began shifting during this time, because the economic policies of the Democratic Party started benefiting them. So now you have this block of people in the 60s and 70s in the
They
South.
care about the black. The Republicans care about the black people.
The Republicans care about the black people when they freed the slaves. But in the 60s and 70s, when there was this group of white, disaffected Southerners who felt like neither party was representing their viewpoint because none of them wanted to be like anymore. Then these white people, Reagan and Nixon, came in and said, we can get those votes.
We can get those votes.
We
need those people.
We need those votes. Because A, if we do the right thing, we could take the South from the Democrats.
And what happened?
And what happened? They rolled out the welfare queens, stigmatizing black people. They rolled out the crack in the communities. But these is doing all this crack. This is why we got to disrupt their community.
I remember learning this shit when I was in school, and I know some of y'all might not have learned it. Nick Cannon and Amber Rose are multi-millionaires.
You have access to any book you want to.
You have access to any book, any person. You could talk to W.E. Du Bois' nephew.
You could read any other thing from W.E.B. Du Bois.
Yeah.
On the phone.
You got the phones.
And you choose ignorance.
You choose ignorance. You choose
ignorance.
Now, in the comments of this nearly 11-minute video, Cannon couldn't help but to acknowledge the young men with correcting him for his comments. He would go on to say, God bless y'all. I love you, young kings. You have a true fan in me. Keep leading and teaching. Prayer hand emoji. Now, it appears that with this comment, and Cannon, who has been publicly quiet about everything, looks to have decided to acknowledge his error. Also part of his response, according to several outlets, Amber Rose's episode on Cannon's show Big Drive has quietly been removed across all platforms. Now, back in the comments of the clip that would get Nick's attention, many viewers were going to praise the young men for their educated discussion about some of the political history of America, as well as many other users continuing to share their frustration with Cannon's comments and confusion to why he decided to say what he said. Now, one user will go on to speculate why Cannon decided to push those particular talking points. He would go on to say, remember Nick Cannon buck broken. After he had Professor Griff on his show, he works for them now. You see, if you don't remember, back in 2020, Cannon would be fired from Viacom and removed from his series Wildin' Out after he would express some controversial views on his then podcast, Cannon's Class. His comments would be labeled anti-Semitic, among other things. Now, in response, he would go on to release several apologies and would spend the next few years cleaning up his image to get back in the good grace of the Hollywood industry. So now in today's time, it appears he has decided to steer clear, or as the user suggests, has been buck broken from sharing black woke politics, as he's only added lighthearted podcasts called We Playin' Spades and online skits to his new forms of content. As far as Amber Rose, she doesn't appear to have directly addressed the viral moment. We'll keep you posted as more develops. So let's talk about it more in the comments below. When it comes to Nick Cannon, how should he respond given that he now appears to have received that he made an error? Would another apology be his best move? Save the day for the latest news in comedy, culture, and sports by subscribing here to our YouTube channel and follow Hype Plus across all social media. And of course, if you enjoy content like this, head over to hypersclub.com for full interviews and more original stories. Reporting live from Hypers Club in Atlanta for Hype Plus News, I'm John Abba.
Running a business is one thing. Getting people to know about it is another. That's why Hype Plus is now teaming up with business and brand owners to produce their own custom commercials to air across our network of over 1 million subscribers. From the script to who even stars in your commercial is made easy for you. Let us get the word out while you build your company.